Flying planes to exploring space, to inventing supercomputers, there is nothing humans cannot do. However, you will be surprised to know that there are many things that most of us can't do, and they are not even near to inventing supercomputers. So here are the 15 things most humans can't do. Before we begin, I got a little challenge for you all that will only take 5 seconds to complete. First, you just need to leave a like on this video, hit that subscribe button, and turn on the notification bell, and you'll get 10 years of amazing luck. Easy, right? Try it. It really works. Wiggling ears. If you can wiggle your ears, then you are one of the very few people who can do it. The amazing thing is that some people do it only by raising their eyebrows. All we know is that there is a very sophisticated mechanism behind ear movements. Unlike many other facial muscles, there is an accessory nucleus in the brainstem for ear muscles. It works primarily as a control area for muscle function, but few people can use it to wiggle their ears, which is strange but amazing. The nucleus is very tiny in humans as compared to cats and bats. Don't worry if you can't wiggle your ears naturally. It is possible to do it by practice. Isolate the ear wiggle muscles and you can wiggle your ears in no time. Licking your elbow. For the majority of people, it is not possible to lick their elbows. No matter how hard a person tries, there is no way to do it. It is possible only if the person is blessed with a shorter arm or an abnormally long tongue and flexibility. A rough estimate is that out of 100 persons, only one person can lick their elbow. But you can develop this ability and bring the numbers up. Guinness World Records get 5 claims every day from people who think they are different because they can lick their elbows. Talk while inhaling. Have you ever tried talking while breathing through the nose? It's tough, right? Why can't humans talk while breathing? Human vocal cords are like the flute body. Because when a person speaks, air needs to pass to make sounds and vibrations. Now, sounds are still produced when a person inhales, but those are very weird sounds. Apparently, musicians are likely to be among the 1% who are able to do this, talking correctly while inhaling. Don't try and test it around people because the weird sounds will surely annoy them. Tickle yourself and laugh. We laugh and squirm when our friends tickle us, and sometimes the other person gets a punch in return. But have you noticed that we cannot laugh when we tickle ourselves? Why don't we laugh when we tickle ourselves? That is because it relates to the act of surprise that the cerebellum, a part of our brain, picks up on sensations, which causes the tickling feeling and controls it before it affects you. People who have schizophrenic-like behaviors can tickle themselves and laugh as their brains do not realize that these sensations are voluntary. You can still try to make yourself laugh by tickling, but the cerebellum will recognize the sensation and nothing will happen. Only you will be touching yourself. Really weird. Bend the pinky finger without moving your ring finger. All our fingers are connected with each other. The ring finger and pinky finger share flexor muscles that allow us to bend them. If you bend one finger, another finger will also bend along with that finger. Even when you bend down the middle finger, you can't move the ring finger as you like. You will get stuck. Many people, including pianists and guitarists, have difficulty with this. They do different practices such as strengthening and stretching of muscles to enjoy finger independence. For pinky and ring fingers in particular, there are very few people that can bend their pinky without moving their ring finger. You can control the pinky finger, but let me tell you, only a few people can do this. Touch your nose or chin with your tongue. Very few people can touch their nose or chin with the tongue. It is known as the Gorlin sign, but tongues of most people do not reach out that far. Almost only 10% of the world can do this. It is one of the forms of hypermobility. Do you think you can do this? Touching the nose with the tip of the tongue can be a sign that a person has Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, or EDS for short. Ehlers-Danlos syndrome is a group of disorders that affect connective tissue supporting the skin, bones, blood vessels, and many other organs and tissues. Mostly around 50% of the EDS patients can do this. Sneezing with open eyes. We all get a crazy sensation when we are about to sneeze. And the most noticeable thing is that the majority of people sneeze with closed eyes. Our nose and eyes are linked with cranial nerves. Due to this, when a person sneezes, he automatically closes his eyes. Well, it is possible to sneeze with open eyes, and despite old age, your eyes will not pop out. According to experts, during a sneeze, eyes clamp shut due to involuntary reflex that was sent from the sneeze center of the brain. Or maybe it's a natural body mechanism to prevent germs from entering into the eyes. Well, whatever it is, all we know is that it is near to impossible to sneeze with open eyes. Trust me, I have tried. Raising one eyebrow. Our face features are a fantastic communicator. They can express multiple expressions in different moods and emotional states, but some are only available to a few humans. One of these expressions is raising an eyebrow. Usually people raise both their eyebrows at a time. The rare thing is to lift one eyebrow without raising another. You can try. Maybe you are rare too. If not, then you can practice and train your muscles for this expression. It is a universal sign of skepticism. Raising eyebrows is an evolutionary trait. Mandrills, Cebus monkeys, and baboons raise their eyebrows as a gesture of threat. Tongue rolling and other weird tongue tricks. Splitting or rolling the tongue is rare. There are not many people who can do this, but making a cloverleaf shape or a spaceship with the tongue, flipping it 180 degrees, or performing a reverse T is even rarer. All these funny manipulations of our tongue are quite a neat party trick. However, these require tongue dexterity and muscle control. Some call it a genetic trait, but that is not the only factor because many children who can make shapes with their tongue are born from those parents who could not. Whatever strange reason is behind these tricks, they are very funny, especially when you want to make children laugh. Deposit a full cinnamon spoon in the mouth. Grounded cinnamon can be a delicious baking addition, but for most people, it is not possible to eat on its own. Well, do not try it because it can burn your throat from the inside and can give you a violent coughing fit. Cinnamon comes from the raw form of tree bark, which is then grounded into dust. Cinnamon is insoluble in water, so humans' intense adverse reaction to it is not so surprising. Nonetheless, people do this for fun and try the cinnamon challenge with friends where they have to ingest a spoonful of cinnamon. Our advice? Don't do it. Or if you want to challenge yourself, keep plenty of water beside you because you will need it. Put fist in mouth. Do you know anyone who can fit their whole fist into their mouths? It is a rare anomaly. For the majority, it is almost an impossible feat. They can barely get half or quarter of their fist into the mouth. To do this successfully, you need small fists and a large mouth like a T-Rex. Babies do this the most during teething or when they discover their body parts for the first time. You better not try this as your fist can get stuck in your mouth. Start practicing this only when people say that you are annoying or talking too much. Just kidding. Twitching nose. You may have seen the iconic character Samantha in Bewitched, who used to wiggle or twitch her nose on screen and loved it. But the reality is that not everyone can twitch their nose that easily. For some reason, most of the people find it difficult to flare their nostrils. Twitching the nose is quite an endearing little trick, but mostly when rabbits do it. If you can't do this, you can still learn to act like Samantha. Some say that nose twitching is a sign of stress, dehydration, or muscle cramps. But all we know is that the actress who played Samantha was sick of her fans asking her to twitch her nose at most events. So yeah, it is that desirable for people. Moving a limb in the opposite side. How about doing an experiment? Lift the right foot off the ground and move it in a clockwise direction. Now write number 6 with the big toe. No, not with paper or pencil, but in the air with your toe. Well, now check again. You might have started moving your feet in the opposite direction without even thinking. That is partly because the digit 6 features an anti-clockwise direction, but few people are the exception to this rule. That is because of training, or maybe their brain is weird. Doing more things perfectly at a time. We grew up listening that the human brain is extraordinary, like a computer. It stores a huge amount of information and performs background processes such as breathing, eating, or keeping balance. But there is also a certain limit for the brain when it comes to processing. Not many people can do more than 2 tasks at a time, but there are some who can. This is possible due to the frontal lobe, which is able to manage 2 tasks simultaneously perfectly. But introducing a third or more task can be extremely difficult to manage. Bending the thumb backwards. Some people have the hitchhiker's thumb, or a double-jointed thumb, which enables them to move it backwards. For those people, it is not painful to bend their thumb back, and there is no risk that the thumb function gets hurt. This condition is caused due to the distal joints within their thumb. In some cases, both thumbs are double-jointed, and in some, only one thumb is. You can't do this without practice, however, and if you try, you will only get hurt. Thanks for watching. Be sure to give us a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video. Also, don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss any of our videos. Stay cozy, and we'll see you in the next one.